Hey guys, in this video I'm just going to do a couple examples of finding inverses. I'll do one or a couple starting with exponential turning to logs, and then a couple starting with logs turning to exponential. So find the inverse of each function. Okay, just real quick, let's remind ourselves that if I have the function f of x equals 5 to the x, its inverse is f inverse of x equals log base 5 of x. So those are simple ones. Or if I had g of x equals log base 6 of x, its inverse is g inverse of x equals 6 to the x. Okay, so exponential and logs are, inverses of one another. Okay, so let's start with an example that's a little more involved. So how about I have f of x equals 3 times 4 to the x. First thing I do is switch x and y. So this is going to be x equals 3 times 4 to the y. Then I want to get my base and exponent by itself, so that 4 to the y. So I need to divide by 3. And so I'm going to have x over 3 equals 4 to the y. Now that is, the base and exponent are by themselves. So this is when I switch forms. My base is 4. So I write log base 4 of. Now my x over 3 comes inside my function, and then my y is kicked out. My function started as f of x, so the inverse is f inverse of x equals log base 4 of x over 3. That's your answer. Let's try another one. Let's do f of x equals 1/2 to the x minus 4 and then plus 1. Switch x and y. X equals 1/2 to the y minus 4 plus 1. Get your base and exponent by itself. So I'm going to have to subtract 1. X minus 1 equals 1/2 to the y minus 4. Now my base and exponent are isolated, so I change to log form. Log base 1/2. Bring in your x expression, that x minus 1, kick out your y expression, y minus 4. We need y to be by itself, so I'm going to have to add 4. And that leaves me with log base 1/2 of x minus 1 in parentheses, and then plus 4. And of course, I'm going to write that as f inverse of x equals log base 1/2 of x minus 1 plus 4. Okay, now we're going to go the other way. We're going to do a log function to an exponential. I'll change colors for fun. Green. All right, so if I have g of x equals the log base 2 of x plus 3. This one is just a quickie because the log is already by itself. That what's in the parentheses is part of the log. So I do switch my variables, but after that I go straight to exponential form. My base is 2, your x comes in, your y is kicked out. So I have 2 to the x equals y plus 3. Then I'm going to subtract 3, so 2 to the x minus 3 equals y. So g inverse of x equals 2 to the x minus 3. All right, let's do one more. One of our favorites, like, let's just say y equals 4 times the log of x and then minus 5. Okay, I need to switch x and y, so x equals 4 times log of y minus 5. Now I need to get log y by itself. So I'm going to add 5, so I'll have x plus 5 equals 4 times log y. That y looks like a 4. Sorry, that's a y. Okay. Now I need to get rid of that 4, so I'm going to divide by 4. And so I have the expression x plus 5 all over 4 equals the log of y. So log is by itself. We don't have a base. I hope you remember that's base 10. So this is going to be 10 to the, this is all in the exponent, kind of crazy. X plus 5 all divided by 4 equals y. And finally, just write that as y inverse equals 10 to the x plus 5 all over 4. All right, people. Hope that helps a little bit, and I will see you tomorrow for your quiz.